trying to ban the R word, you know. And I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. Why do you support like banning the R word?
Well, I think it's a great initiative that you and your group, Paris, have established, and it's something that is pretty near and dear to my heart as a high school teacher for the past 15 years, and then having a wife that has her master's degree in special education and has worked with special education students in the AVAC program at Joliet Central High School, and then have student taught in a special ed classroom, and then now is going to be teaching special ed at Parkside Elementary here in Normal. This is a topic, a word that you know, as an educator, high school educator working with in the public school that works with lots and lots of different students, I've heard this word used often, not only by students but also by teachers as well. So we take a stand against that, and it's something that's very important to my wife and her profession and in mine.
Okay, I heard you say you heard the word used a lot by teachers and by students, and you know. Do you have any experiences where you've seen the word do like a lot of damage to a student or anybody in particular?
Absolutely. In the middle of one instance in particular that I remember directly was we had a class discussion going on in my U.S. history classroom, which was not a special ed classroom, but at the time one of the students in the classroom had mentioned, just made a comment and said, "That's retarded," in reference to another person's answer to a question in class. And one of the other girls in class got very upset because her brother is a special ed student and has special needs. And it created a very awkward situation in my classroom, and the girl was entirely right. And it was a great teachable moment for the other student that had used the word in that instance, because it didn't come from me. Then she went on to explain all the problems that her brother has and how he has been called retarded throughout his whole life, and oftentimes he doesn't know exactly that they were talking about him. But the class was silent the whole time that this girl was talking, because she got very emotional trying to support her brother. So it was something clearly that had affected her family, and the word hurt, and it cut right down to the bone.
Okay. Last thing, I just wanted to, I know that you work with the Special Olympics, and I just wanted to know, like, how is it working with the Special Olympics?
Well, I think as in public school, I have taught Paris in situations where we have, it's called an inclusive classroom, and I've taught in something called an REI classroom, which is called Regular Education Initiative, in which students with special needs are brought into the mainstream classroom, and we have a teacher's aide that works alongside with me. So on a day-to-day basis, we had to make sure in our classroom, we being myself and the other teacher in the classroom with me, as well as the students, how we viewed people that were valuing difference, no matter what different is, no matter if it's skin color, gender, or ability. We had to make sure in all of those classrooms in which I taught that the R word was not used, and that we really looked to identify people's strengths as opposed to pick on their weaknesses or things that were different about them at a different time. And then outside of that, with the special ed, outside the special ed classroom and outside the high school with the Special Olympics that you mentioned, we've done Special Olympics work and volunteer work as a basketball program. And one of those, the things that we want to make sure is that every opportunity is given to each student in schools that is given to everybody so that they have the opportunity to compete just like everyone else and feel special in terms of having the abilities that they have be exposed and used and seen and rewarded because of what they do. So I think it's a great initiative that you guys are doing with your group project, and I think it's something that absolutely should be needed and should be spread throughout the community.
All right, thanks for your time.
You got it? Yeah.
Together, we can rise against the R word.